Jar Oil. The company have filling stations across the country, and our rates are relatively cheaper than anyone else across the country. Jar Oil is the biggest producer and distributor of cement in the country with the most competitive prices in the market.
Excellent jam, Wave.
Yo, apply. Yo, luta do dede. Luta munulo jël moto nga andil ma xaalis. Hello?
Bisul mu fine.
What?
Bisul mu fine.
Oh, yes!
Wave acts in Gambia. Deposit and withdraw money, pay bills, and buy mobile credit without fees. Transfer money wherever in the country for only 1% fee. At Wave, Bisul mu fine. Wave, your money is yours.
On Tuesday, the 21st of October, you're with Coffee Time with Peter Gomez. We're live on FM 92.1, online www.wcr.gm. My next guest is Stephen Aban, Managing Director of Access Bank Gambia. He's here to walk us through life after the landmark merger with Standard Chartered. And there's plenty more on the table, from customer experience to the future of banking in the Gambia. And that's why he's not come alone. Mr. Aban, good to see you again.
Same here, Peter.
Looks like this program has brought us together.
I tell you.
Like it has done you and the rising number of customers you have every day. All right, so what's the latest?
Thanks so much, and a very good morning to my lovely customers. Dear Gambia, I say good morning. We're here in June when the merger just took place to tell our story,
Yes.
to tell the Gambia of the plan of Access Bank, where we are going. So today we just came back as a courtesy, to sign of courtesy, to let them know where we are. I will continue to provide the Gambia the needed update on the transaction that has happened, arguably the largest merger in the Gambia
Yes.
In recent times.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, all right. Let's meet the other members of the team. Please introduce yourselves.
Right. Good morning, Uncle Peter. Good morning, the audience and dear Access Bank customers. My name is Lamin Sise, Group Head Commercial Banking.
Lamin, you're welcome to Coffee Time.
Thank you.
Yeah. Good morning, Mr. Peter, and good morning to all your good listeners out there, and good morning to all my Access Bank customers. My name is Latif Suare, Group Head of Wholesale Banking, Access Bank Gambia Limited.
Latif, you're welcome.
Thank
Aban, what
you.
happened? Don't you have women at Access Bank?
But Peter, I would like to say we have more women in the bank now. Over 60% are women.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, doing various wonderful things.
Fantastic. So you viewers who might look at the table and say, well, where are the women? 60% of them at Access Bank are there waiting to prove Aban right. What's been the experience and the strategic vision since the merger?
Thanks so much. I mean, this merger has been very transformational. We started knowing where it was going to be, but I think it has exceeded our expectation. It's been very good, and I would like to say a big thank you to our customers, to all the stakeholders. It's been really, really good. I mean, there have been a few issues here and there which we'll talk about as we go along, but it's been very, very positive.
What's been so good about it? I mean, the big customers you had under the then Standard Chartered Bank, you know, I mean, strengthen their relationship with Access based on, you know, this newfound confidence in a thriving bank, a dynamic bank, a bank, you know, with a vision for the future.
Thank you so much. So we took over a bank that had been in the Gambia for over 130 years. Very, very traditional bank. As compared to Access Bank, we've been around for less than 20 years. So it was really what was going to happen. People were not too sure how the merger was going to take place, from customers to staff to everybody. But come that day, 16th June, when we unveiled the new Access, the old Access was gone, the old Standard Chartered was gone, the new Access. It's been pretty smooth so far. We've been able to integrate all the systems. We had to bring engineers, software engineers from all over the world Oracle, the best of the best all over the world. They all
big names.
Seriously, they all came to the Gambia, and we've done this merger over and over in various countries, but we didn't want to take any chance at all. So come that Monday, the systems were fully integrated, customer balances were up to date, there were no issues at all. The branding went very smoothly. Katie here led the branding, and so far so good.
Mm-hmm. And usually when you hear mergers, there's an element of the party that is taking over. Mm-hmm. You know, their name, of course, would be prominent in this new name, but then there would be some element of the old name remaining. A lot of people would have thought Access Standard, but then you came and everything was just swallowed up in Access Bank.
We didn't have that luxury. No, Standard Chartered Bank, rightfully so. They just wanted to make sure after a certain time the name was not used again. We didn't have, so we just had to make sure it is Access. And believe me, it's a bigger Access, which everybody likes now.
Absolutely. And Latif and Lamin, if I can just bring you here, local sentiment. He rightly talked about the longevity of Standard Chartered in this country. All of us were born, to find that, Standard Chartered was already there. And Gambians and familiarity, once they are used to something, it should never change. We don't like leaving our comfort zones. What were some of the worries you heard expressed when, news broke that Access was going to take over Standard?
Actually, Peter, thank you very much for this question. I think I can speak from that background. Given the fact that I'm a ex-Standard Chartered Bank employee, and it all happened.
You're exing already.
It all happened while I was there, actually. There was so much anxiety at the time, and at the staff level, customers, and of course, look at Gambians as well. Here is a bank that
speak for customers, and then speak for staff, and he'll speak for customers.
Okay, yes. for the staff, actually, so much anxiety. You don't know what future holds for you in the next organization. That's Access Bank. But actually, what the management did together with some of us that were at the helm of affairs at the time, management, through proper communication and then keeping the staff on their toes and taking them along, as and when we receive communications, we have to actually involve them, what needs to be done and what is there for us, just to allay their fears. Now, on the part of Access also, once we cut over or cross over, too much anxiety again, but the management actually stood very fast to ensure that everybody actually is onboarded and everybody's aware of the cultures. But here you're talking about different cultures. Some will call it white man culture and a black man culture. Yes. Coming from a Standard Chartered Bank point of view, which is a bank wholly owned by white men, and Access Bank, an African bank. So there are different cultures and different systems, but was challenging at the time. But now, after 4 months now, so much water has passed under the bridge. So those fears are trying to allay them as we continue along the journey. That everybody's onboarded, everybody is up to the task, because that's the only way we can do it. Access here has to stay. I'll call from the old Standard Chartered Bank here for good, but there's no more now. Access is now here for good.
Yeah, absolutely. And staff. Somehow you would say, well, they have to play along. Are they happy now? Do they feel that all the fears they had before, they had no reason to have had any fear?
Yeah, actually, certainly there will be some couple of staff will have some fear.
Absolutely.
Actually, and then
change does not always favor
everybody, and you can't take that away from them. But largely, and then I can say largely, most of them actually fully onboarded now.
Fantastic.
And they're up to the task. You have open door management, the policy with the CEO, everybody can come in and out and then express their opinion where they're going to be. And what we've done so far actually to place each and every individual member of Standard Chartered Bank, ex-Standard Chartered Bank staff to a position or a role that the person can actually, execute on that.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
And what were some of the customer fears?
Actually, Uncle Peter, the first 2 weeks was challenging. We were running up and down. You remember the first day that Stephen came over here, I was in Basse, you understand, trying to calm down the customers and then get them on board. But after the 2 weeks, the customers were very appreciative. My first day.
What were their concerns?
Yeah, concerns
about Access taking over Standard Chartered.
Yeah, some clients, their concerns were basically, they don't know Access. You understand the benefits, the services, the excellent customer service they were enjoying at Standard Chartered. They were having some question marks whether they will enjoy similar things when they come to Access Bank. And for the first 2 weeks, yes, it's challenging. Customers were coming in, checking their balances because Standard Chartered was not having that, digital, platform where they can view their account balances at home and the like. But when they flock into our branches, we onboard them onto our Access more. You understand? And once they see it, they were so impressed. The digital platforms that Access Bank is trading on are something that clients, when they get a feel, first feel of it, they become so impressive. We were expecting customers to come in with doubts to say, I'm closing my account, I don't trust this bank or so. But with the excellent customer service we've provided, with the platforms we've provided that they were not even enjoying before, you understand, customers were so amazed.
Fantastic.
You understand? And I can assure you this, that the services we are rendering to those customers, they're just going to see a better access going forward.
Fantastic.
Yes.
Well, as managing director, you must be very proud. All right, but that's the positive. Let's talk about challenges. What were the biggest challenges during the integration process, and how were you able to overcome these?
Thank you so much, Peter. I would like to say a big thank you to the staff. Really, they made it possible. Their patience, their understanding, their ability to welcome the old Access staff, welcome their new colleagues, and the old SCB staff, the ability to adapt for us to work together was quite important. So yes, obviously there were a few challenges. Before the merger, we went ahead to print cards for customers, and we even started the distribution. We used data of those customers who were very active. It so happened that after the merger, there were some customers who actually, though not too active, wanted cards. So when they walked to the banking hall, they didn't have their cards. Some, though active, their cards were also missing. Maybe not at the particular branch they've gone to. So we had to rearrange the distribution process. So there were a few issues on the cards. There were customers who had also changed their contact details. So though they got a card, the card could not work, especially online. So we had to work on the data update. And I want to use this opportunity to encourage all customers who have changed their details to visit any of the branches to update their records. We also went ahead to print checkbooks for all customers. So that process was a lot more smooth. The major challenge for me was with the people.
Okay.
People, rightfully so, they were not too sure on that 16th, that Monday, what was in store for me, what is in this new access that I'm going to see. So there were a lot of apprehension. So they came in. The old Access staff were also, who are we welcoming? Are they coming to take our jobs? So there were a few concerns here and there.
Absolutely.
So you realize that I had to play a very, very central role with my management team, making sure everybody was comfortable, everybody was engaged. The engagement process, Peter, I've been to the Ivy League schools, I've been to Columbia Business School, I've been to Harvard Business School, I've learned leadership, people management. But this experience I've gone through, I'm not sure any book has written it.
Wow.
It's been very, very good. And I'll say a big thank you to the staff for the understanding. It's been a very great learning experience. So like Latif said, so far so good. I won't say 100%, but the majority of the staff have settled down. The technical bit, there were no issue.
Okay.
It was more of the people, on the cars, on the checkbook, and a few contact details here and there.
I'm sure when the decision was made for Access Bank to establish in the Gambia, it wouldn't have been part of their planned strategy even to buy Standard Chartered Bank. All right, the chance presented itself, and like any good entrepreneur, Access pounced. How has this affected the long-term strategy of the bank in this country?
Peter, thank you so much. So in Access Bank, we do 5-year medium-term strategy in cycles. So the last one we did, which started in 2022, as part of the strategy for Gambia, we put in there that we will need to acquire a bank.
Oh.
Yes. So along the line, there was one bank that became available. We looked at it. It didn't go well, so we just moved on. Now Standard Chartered Bank opportunity came. So we had already prepared for the opportunity. So once the opportunity came, leveraging on our experience, on our platform, we just jumped onto it. And I would say it has been a very good marriage. Without merger, without experience from Standard Chartered Bank, without loyalty base, added to the Access Bank progressive outlook, we are now within the top 4 banks in the Gambia, and we become a very strong bank, stronger balance sheet, many more people. The good thing is that we retained every Standard Chartered Bank staff who wanted to stay.
Oh, fantastic.
And
because that was a major fear.
It was. And I came here to promise that we're going to retain everybody. And we have done that. Apart from a couple who just hesitated for various other reasons.
Yeah, that's voluntary.
Yeah, voluntary. But we are, as long as anybody want to stay, there is work for everybody. The bank is here for good, like Latif said. And we are here to expand, to grow, to provide services for all Gambians. So we need everybody on board.
And why did Access want to buy a bank in the Gambia?
No, if you look at Access story so far, I mean, even from our parent, we have been buying. We are expert in buying. We buy good things. So Access Bank is where we are today, not through organic growth alone. We've been buying. So wherever we are, where we see the opportunity, we'll buy. And if you look globally in the US, mergers, acquisitions are taking place by the minute. So it's part of our strategic objective to buy entities that are good to propel our growth.
And how
because our vision is to be the world's most respected African bank. And in the Gambia, our vision is to be the Gambia's most respected bank. And we cannot get to that top organically. It will take a long time.
Wow. So prepare yourselves, Gambia. And how has this merger impacted your leadership style and maybe the bank's internal culture?
Thanks so much. Like I said, really, this has been a really, really good
Sorry,
experience.
gentlemen, for feeling sidelined. Huh? When you are with your boss, the boss has to do most of the talking.
It's been a very good experience. Personally, I've learned a lot from in another way of managing people. And I also believe my management team, every one of us have learned a lot, how to manage ourselves, how to understand each other. So it's been a very, very good experience. And as a bank, really, I mean, it has really put us in the limelight. Before this time, Access Bank was not that popular, though we've been around for a few years. But now everybody sees Access Bank everywhere, and I can assure you more are on the way coming.
And since the merger, we've spoken a bit about it, with your colleagues here. The feedback from the public, for you especially, from the business community, because big businesses would deal directly with the top guns in the bank. What have you been hearing from some of the big businesses that have always seen Standard Chartered as capable, consistent, stable hands, for their money, and now Access has come on. After these 4 months, how have they reacted to, the merger?
Thanks so much. For me, that's the most important part of this discussion. We did this merger for the customers, and I would like to say a big thank you to all the customers. Their loyalty has been amazing. There were a few apprehensions here and there, even from a management point of view. Would they move? But almost all of them are sticking with us. Almost all of them. And I would like to salute them and assure them that more are on their way coming for them. So what we did was to make sure we studied what Standard Chartered Bank offered them by way of platform, because most of those corporates were living on the street to bank. So we took time to study and built a similar platform. Because Standard Chartered Bank was not allowing us to continue using it. Obviously, it's their internal platform. So we built and deployed it. We call it Primers Plus. So we started the onboarding even before the merger. So from the day one, there were a few technical issues here and there, new experience, but largely I would say they are very happy. There are a few things we need to continue to do to improve on the platform, and I will assure them the technical teams are working on that. But largely it's been pretty good. The feedback has been positive. There have been constructive feedback also on areas we need to watch. On the platform, on the relationship management, and we've taken all on board. We do regular customer experience meeting to make sure all the feedback that are coming are processed and resolved within time.
And what sort of feedback have you been giving Aban here? Just positive feedback, or even feedback, that doesn't go the bank's way, if you like?
No, as a bank, actually, we listen to our customers. And listening to our customers, you take the good feedback and the bad feedback as well. So it's both. Now,
give me one or two bad feedback.
Okay, it started with the systems, like my CEO mentioned. We had some, the 13 stages when it launched it, because Standard Chartered Bank customers were used to what we call a straight to bank platform. Now, Access also had to bring in another one called Primus Plus, and the bank invests a lot of money to put that infrastructure into shape and running well. Now, a couple of things happened during the transition, and that has to do with the system functionality when it comes to doing certain transactions. So as they complain, of a particular field or like an approval section of the platform, I cannot approve or I can't insert transaction. Those are feedback we take, and we also pass that feedback to our system engineers to develop on it and ensure that it's one of the best in town. Like I mentioned today, the Primus Plus, it can't fail anybody. Fantastic. It's just good as the old Standard Chartered Bank's S2B, straight to bank. It's functioning very well, working effectively. As we continue the journey, we're still listening and getting feedback from them as we go.
Absolutely.
That was going to make us better. Because we are client-centric. Customers, are the king, and we listen to them. Without them, we're not going to be here.
Fantastic.
Yes.
And going back to your customers in Basse, what were some of their concerns initially, and how did you reassure them? And do you find that the needs of customers in Banjul, Serekunda, Bakau, Brikama are the same needs for your customers in Basse?
Very much similar, but in Basse, the major concern for customers was there was no ATM. Standard Chartered didn't have an ATM in place, and Access Bank take it upon ourselves that since the merger happened, we made sure an ATM was deployed there within 4 weeks and commissioned, and then they start using it. So the customers were having cards, but they were using other banks. And when you use your Visa card, for example, at other banks, you're charged because of the interbank transaction. So customers were very happy when we had that. We took their complaints and then took it as a tax on us to make sure this is done, and that's why the ATM was purchased immediately and then deployed. You understand? So the Basse, the market in Basse and the market in Combo is almost similar, because it's trading that happens there.
Yeah, I hear there's a lot of trading in
trading that happens there. So what the customers need would be accessibility to the bank, to be able to deposit, withdraw, to be able to do transfers. You understand? So, but we realized that the paper or the manual aspect of banking, people have moved on, and that's why Access Bank had to invest heavily in these two wonderful platforms, the Access More and then the Primus Plus. So customers would be easily doing their transactions.
The world is going increasingly digital.
Exactly.
Which leads me back to Aban. What are you putting in place to ensure that underserved communities like, the one we just heard an example of in Basse, where they didn't have ATMs, that underserved communities are also taken care of, especially in this day and age of digitization?
Thank you so much, Peter. So, this acquisition is for every Gambian. It's not for just a few. So our plan is to reach every corner of the country, not necessarily through physical branch network, but with our Access More and a few other applications that are coming up, wherever you are. And we are doing a few strategic partnerships which we'll unveil very soon. everybody will be able to participate and enjoy the services of Access Bank. So as we speak, our branch network, instead of having only 7 branches at the old Access and only 4 branches at the old Standard Chartered Bank, now you can walk to any of our 12 branches nationwide. We had very limited number of ATMs. Now you are exposed to over 22 ATMs. As we speak, we are working on a couple of other locations. We are working on other ATM deployment across the country. So everybody have access to banking. But the beautiful thing also is that we have configured our business along age segments, identifying the various segments in the Gambia and everywhere. So we have product and solution for children, for instance. I always even tell people that right in the womb, we have an account for you. We have solution for students. We have product for employees. We have them for those in the diaspora. We have specific product for HNIs. Everybody is covered, and especially SMEs. Gambia is largely SME, like most African countries.
True.
So we have a dedicated SME desk that is always planning strategies and deploying solutions to reach out to everybody. Last week, we have series of training for SMEs. One happened just last week, where we built capacity and help them, prepare them to qualify for our innovative instant business loan, which is the flagship product for SMEs in the Gambia.
Mm-hmm. It's good you bring up the issue of SMEs, because for a very long time, the bank that you just took over, Standard Chartered, was seen as a bank for the elites. It was not, a bank for everyday Gambians. To now hear that, Access is reaching out to everybody, that must be reassuring. You've referenced the Access More. I suppose this is your digital platform. It's an opportunity now to talk about, digital products or services that are being offered post the merger.
Right. So thanks so much. The Access More is so we have 2 flagship products for customers. So if you go to the high-end corporate end, is the Pramos Plus. That's the corporate internet banking. The Access More is for the retail. So every individual customer of Access Bank, we encourage you to download the Access More, go to the Google or the Apple Store, download it, and you self on board. It's so easy to use, and the experience, the feel is amazing. So that has been designed specifically to address the need of all retail customers. Like you said, Standard Chartered Bank had their own strategy at the time. There was no such thing like mobile app for the customers. This is what Access Bank brings in to augment what was already in place. So those in the Gambia, those in the diaspora, wherever you are, just download the Access More and enjoy banking.
Fantastic. Again, coming back to you, the Gambian experience. We don't like to discover. We want to be told what's in it, before we go in. So for somebody who might say, well, when they, if they were to download Access More, what would they discover, for instance? Your people in Basse.
So,
sorry, yes, I'm making you a Basenga.
No worries.
It's not far from there.
Yes, exactly. It's not far from Basse. Anyway, so once you download the Access More, you have varieties of services awaiting you. You should be able to download your statement yourself, check your account balance, transfer to other banks, and then also buy utilities, credit, gas power, and the like. And with our Access Africa platform, you should be able to access that and wire funds to relatives across other countries where Access Bank is. Access Bank is. So the Access More is basically banking in your house. You understand? You don't need to come to any of our branches. You understand? You should be able to sit in your house, do everything what you want to do, pay your kids, school bills and everything inside your house without coming to say I'm struggling to queue, I'm waiting.
Yes.
So it's easy. It's easy.
And what's been the response so far? Do you feel that people are making use of the service?
I'll start with myself. Something I've never experienced with Standard Chartered Bank. We didn't have something like Access More only platform we had was the S2B platform, which now replaced by Primus Plus. The feedback is fantastic. In fact, we have to appreciate the fact that the world is a global village, and it's due to technology. And given the youthful population we have, people are very appreciative of these platform, especially my customers, like my colleague just mentioned. Now there's no point actually you want to go and queue at the NAWEC office to pay your bills. So at night, if your cash power goes off at your home, you can purchase cash power and then fill it and unload it. Same thing goes for your recharges from your telephones. So the feedback we're getting is fantastic. I'm very appreciative to what the bank we can do as a bank. Listen to our customers and hear them out. What are some of the concerns? Doing that, we'll be able to better the system as we progress, because technology is not cast in stone. You keep on developing it as you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just to add that, we catering for every Gambian. So we're not leaving out those who are not yet customers. So on that access more, we've also made provision for those who are not yet customers to become customers. So you can open an account on your own using the access more. Very simple process. Account number will be generated to you. Then you go to the branch to update your records. That's it. Another important feature is that we have profiled merchants. So you go to a supermarket, you want to buy an item, you don't need to carry money, cash. You just go in there. You can, once your merchant is uploaded there, you can just pull their details up and you transfer to pay them. There's also a QR code which we are going to release very soon. It's already available. We are going to deploy them. So nobody needs to carry cash. You want to make Gambia cash light. There are so many cash, handling cash, it comes with its own risk. So part of our service to the Gambia is to help minimize the use of cash. Central bank spends so much money printing the cash, so we believe it's our moral responsibility, civic right, to support the central bank in this direction, in line with the good thing they already do.